Hey, I'm Steve Vignante here at SEMA Central with Dr. Jamie Meyer, a rock star in the realm of Chevrolet Performance. You're in charge of the GM and the Chevrolet Performance Parts program. I mean, it's going to be...
Whoa.
What is going on here? What's going on?
This is not for us. This is not for Mopar guys, man. You see this?
No.
You see this?
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
It's Camaro versus everybody. Get out of here, Steve.
Get him out of here.
This is my stage. Hey, everybody, I'm Dennis Pitzenbarger. It's SEMA 2016, and we are at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's Camaro versus everybody. Why? Because I have the performance product master right here, Dr. Jamie Meyer. Buddy, you dropped a bomb. You and I are personal friends. I talk to you all the time. I say hi. You go out and drag race your C7. I love you for doing that. And you hid one of the best secrets GM has been hiding for I thought we were friends. I thought you would share this information. No one in GM trusts me with this secret sauce that you got going on, and you dropped it on the bomb on everybody on Monday night. Talk about the drag racing program that is, I know, near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dennis, and thank you to the SEMA organization. Thank you to you personally. We love all the attention that Chevrolet gets. We've got a huge display. I want to welcome everybody to come out and see it. We've got a lot of experts out there, and one of the vehicles there is a 2016 Camaro, one of many Camaros we have on display this week at SEMA. And it's really more about the program that surrounds that car. And what I'm talking about specifically is Mark Dickens, my director of high performance variants and performance parts engineering, has assigned 20 or so engineers to a program to make Camaro faster in a straight line, which it's already a tremendous car. The SS will run low 12s. The ZL1 that's coming out runs low 11s. But what's really exciting for me as a lifelong drag racing fan is now that we have engineers, young engineers, really hungry folks that want to prove themselves to make the Camaro faster. And all the parts now are starting to come out from the program, things that enhance traction, durability, horsepower. We're going to have a lot of fun with Camaro going forward from Chevrolet.
And I want to talk about some of those parts specifically. A 4,200 RPM stall. I mean, you're changing gears. I believe Al told me that Mark had failed. Mark went to the drag strip and failed. Why did he fail? He couldn't break it. I mean, that's torture testing on another level.
Yeah, and I should say, you know, these parts are concept at the moment, meaning they're not ready for sale, but we're looking forward to the feedback from the consumers. There's a survey out there on SEMA and your favorite drag racing websites, so you can tell my staff what parts you're really interested in. And what you're talking about specifically is we've got a small brake package in the back that might not make sense to a road race guy, but for drag racers, we want a small wheel with a big fat tire in the back so we get maximum traction. And then Mark and his team has worked on getting the ZL1 half shafts in the back so we can strengthen that up, the drive shaft from the ZL1. And then we're playing around with different gear ratios in the back. You know what that's all about as a lifelong drag race fanatic. And then what the guys have done is we've got the ZL1 rear differential from the Gen 5 car. They've machined the interfacing surfaces so you can mount it in the Gen 6 car. And now we've got what we think is a setup that can handle 1,000 horsepower in the Gen 6 Camaro, right from Chevrolet. That's what we're working on.
That's what I want now. When I saw the review, I saw things like 1/460 foot times, down in the low 10s. Now, I know these are concept cars, but you know, come on, Jamie, we know each other. I've been listening to you and Al and Mark and everybody over there. You sprinkle little things in my head. You get me all riled up. I'm going to stop thinking that it's a concept. We're going to see these parts. We got to see these parts.
It's a safety word for us. If we say concept, then we can back off if something happens. That's the truth of the situation. But yeah, we've got 2 cars in this drag race development program right now. They're both Camaro SS's. There's the the car number 1, the black car I call it. That's been in the program for months. Number 2 is on display out here. They both have roll bars. They've got safety equipment. The black car has gone 1068. 126 miles an hour with a 1:42 short time. Drag racers always watch that 60-foot time to really see how hard the car's working. You know, one of the parts that came out, you know, we're playing with gear ratios, playing with tires. We find out that the CTSV 8-speed transmission bolts into where the Camaro 8-speed was, the converter loosens it up, and now you can launch a Camaro at 4,200 RPM. Those are the types of things that are coming out of this program. But what you and this audience will be most interested in is that in 30 days, the ZL1 joins the drag race development program. So now I've got a Camaro that makes 650 horsepower from the start. Now we get to start playing with slicks, with suspension components for straight line oriented fun. We think the ZL1 goes into the 9s real fast.
Oh, I already called 990s. I put Al on the spot out at Spring Mountain. It's a 990 car, and he gave me that exact smile right there, the one that I will not confirm nor deny any drag racing times. Before we let you go, you know, it's as much as you know and everybody knows, I love Camaro. I feel at home when I'm in my own. But it's also not just Camaro. Real briefly, let's talk about, because you have a wide span of what you're doing, whether it's Cadillac, whether it's even the trucks. Let's go over some of those really quickly before you let you go.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the question. We are working on so many performance parts across the broad Chevrolet spectrum. GM sells more trucks than any other brand. That's a fact. It's close to 1 million a year. We are making cold air intakes, high performance exhaust, big brake kits for Silverado, for Colorado, for the truck owner that wants to personalize their vehicle, with a whole host of accessories, big wheel packages, stripes, interior bits, and then functional accessories, make it easier to tow, things like that. And then the small car, we had the media out in the Cruise hatchback with an intake, exhaust, lowering and handling suspension, and a big brake kit for the Cruise, for the small car customer. And then the Stingray. You know, I race a C7. I love the Stingray that Tom Peters drew up and that our engineers made come to life. The car is amazing. You can see our accessories, a whole host of handling, braking, big horsepower. You know, and we haven't even talked about the crate engine lineup. We've got a whole host of LT-based crate engines now.
I know, because last year I was talking about the traditional E-Rod setup with LS, and they're like, oh, we're getting rid of that. And I was like, pardon me, excuse me? The new LT family is an amazing engine, direct injection, and now to make that literally what you guys you've taken over the industry with the plug and play. It's literally, it's a fuel lock, it's power, it's ground, and you have reliable 455 horsepower on demand.
Yeah, the technology that our powertrain engineers are making available to the SEMA audience is just unbelievable. You know, stop down in the Chevrolet display, talk to Dennis Baker, talk to Steve Walzak, Jessica Earl, our experts that are down there. But you can now buy an LT4, 650 horsepower, put an 8-speed automatic behind it, buy a GM certified harness controller package, and it runs seamlessly in your 69 Camaro or your C10 pickup truck, whatever you're building, direct from Chevrolet. It's great stuff.
Maybe even a 91, old Z28.
That'd probably work.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off the camera. Hey, listen, he is the one, the only Mr. Dr. Jamie Meyer, a good friend, and it's always great to have you up here. And by the way, yes, it's true, it's SEMA, but it's Camaro versus everybody. Sorry, it's just the way I feel. More from right here. Steve Mignente is going to take his stage back from me, and we'll have a little fun right here. SEMA 2016.